Well, today has been an interesting day, and by interesting I mean not at all interesting. Work-wise, however, it's been interesting, I suppose is the word actually. First off, let me say the obligatory fuck I'm tired. The time right now is currently 17:32, so 5:30 in the afternoon. I started work this morning at, well, officially 5 a.m, but I was there about 4:30, because that's the kind of guy I am. And there's a wire dangling in my face that I don't like. I'm covered in chewing gum. It's horrible. It's not chewing gum, it's white tack. Because blue tack seemed like a poor idea. White tack seems like a good idea. And it was a bad idea because it was melted in the heat and turned to chewing gum. It was gross, and I've ruined my car because of it. Anyway. So, just to sort of recap my day, basically. Delivery is like we get delivery every 4 times a week, 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings, overnight the night before. So it usually arrives at about 1 a.m. in the morning. I arrive at 5. And yesterday overnight, I heard from one of the delivery drivers saying that they were changing routes and they were changing depot and where they're going to bring the stock from and whatever, and that as a result they wouldn't be getting to our store until at least 4, potentially 6. So our delivery slot is somewhere between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. and typically arrives about 1, which is great. But now it's going to be arriving about 5:30 apparently, because that's what time I worked out this morning. Some guys who had never done it before. Which was inconvenient to say the least, thing as my team turns up at 5 a.m. to get rid of it, and it doesn't even arrive till 5:30. So that puts us in a bit of a shitter, especially if it's going to be going forward every day. The delivery is going to arrive. Whoa, van! You may have even seen him through the window there. I don't even know if you saw him, but he was a bit fucking me in the wrong lane. Arse. Anyway, so I had to go down to our remote stock room with these guys in the truck. To help them unload our delivery, because we had 130 boxes, which means nothing to you. It's a very arbitrary number, just said out loud like that. But that's a fairly hefty one. We've had smaller ones, like much smaller ones, but we've definitely had bigger ones too. But 135 boxes or so is significant, to say the least. So we didn't get to process that. Normally we'd process that and blast through it and get it gone and whatever replenished first thing in the morning. So we didn't do that. I ended up down there for an hour or so, talking to these guys, because they're brand new to the job, they'd never done it before, so they had no idea what was going on. So I was basically teaching them how to do their job, even though I don't do that job, which was weird. I've seen it enough though, so I was not too bad at it. Anyway, then we had a visit from HR. There's a new deputy, super senior VP of HR, lots of initialisms, VP, HR, CIC, OMG, ball. Wow, what a cool bike. If you heard that was a cool bike. It was like a chopper, awesome. Anyway, and she was lovely, but she also came in hand in hand with our senior, she's Mexican, no she's not Mexican, our senior district manager, who is basically my boss's boss. So she's kind of a big deal for us, really. We see her fairly frequently, but whatever. Apparently she kind of likes me, not in that way, in a work way, but basically she seems to she reckons I'm doing well and sort of hypes me up to people, which is what I've heard through the grapevine at least, which is good, very, very good for me. A little bit scary, because I am my own worst critic. I never think I'm doing well enough, and as a result today happens by leaving at 5 p.m. half past 5 in the afternoon, and then I'm back in tomorrow at 5 a.m. I should say, so I'm in work in 11 and a half hours, he says, driving home from work. So anyway, about a year ago I discovered this tool online called Slack, and Slack is basically a communication app for smartphones. Oh, the flickering is real. It's real? It's real. Let me turn it this way a bit so you see less window. Can you still see me? Yeah, you can. Maybe that'll be better. Who knows? It might not be. It might be much worse. But whatever. We'll see what happens. Flickering's very weird. I don't know what's happened to that. It's a very new symptom I've not noticed before. But we'll see if it works okay now. It's at sort of an angle like that. Maybe better. Now you can see less of the window, perhaps. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, oh, nope, there goes flickering. Very strange symptom indeed. Very strange. So, my apologies if you can't actually look at this. You've got to sort of listen to it instead, because I don't know what's going on with that. That's weird. Anyway, maybe I'll change it over to 720p. Yes, BRB. Okay, I'm going to have to render this video at like 1080p, 60 FPS, even though it's only 1080p 30 or 720 60, just to make sure this bit stays at 60 FPS, because I want to find out if this looks better or worse, because I'm more zoomed in now. It's in 720p, it sort of zooms in much further, but it might not flicker because it's a higher frame rate. So we'll see what happens with the flickering here, see if it's any good or not, but I don't know. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? I can't remember. Slack. Yes, so I introduced this tool, app phones, to our team a while back, and we've sort of been using it in secret, like not telling any of the head office guys about it, just because we're not sure if we're allowed to use it or not. Can you even see me now? Is it too dark? How's that looking now? I've tried to turn it a little bit so that I can be seen a bit better. Okay, can't go now. Roundabout, stop. That's bright light. Oh, so there's the sun, so it's pretty bright. That sunbeam travelled 8 minutes just to go in my fucking eyes. What a bastard. Anyway, and we've started using it, and it's been a big help for us, but we're not sure where we stand sort of like policy and procedure wise as to sort of if we're allowed to use it. So we've utilised it and made the most of it, and it's been a big help, but we have not told sort of anybody head office wise about it until today, when we introduced it to our senior district manager and this head of HR at the same time. And not only did we introduce it, I introduced it. I was told to talk them through it and demonstrate it on my phone, which was terrifying. However, apparently went very, very well, as she has now scheduled a one-to-one meeting on the phone with me, 15th of August at 3 p.m. So yeah, I just rocked up with a smartphone app that we've been using for a bit, because I started using it. She wants to talk to me about it one-to-one and sort of work out how we can roll it out to the district. How fucking mental is that? Like, it's going to be weird to comprehend if you don't sort of know the situation, the circumstances, and what the people are like, the personalities and the mindsets of that. But that's kind of a big deal. So, that's a nice car. What is that? What is that? It's like a Mustang maybe, but like a really modern oh, that was nice. I'm not a car fan, but that was a nice car. But you didn't see it, so who cares, right? Anyway, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. However, whilst this meeting that I was having with these people was going on, this was at a time slot that I'd already allocated in my day to go down to our remote stockroom and process all this delivery. Of course, I wasn't doing that, so this delivery is built up and now a massive pain in my dick. And you mentioned me talking. I don't even know if I mentioned it, but I spoke at some point on the vlog, I believe, about me struggling to have time management and to organise my day properly to make sure that I get enough time to do everything. Case in point today, when I didn't get a chance to do anything that I wanted, I ended up staying an extra 3.5 hours on my shift in this dingy, dark, dusty room processing boxes of children's product. Nightmare. But I've got a nice head start on the day now. Everyone's a bit mad that I said it stayed longer for free, obviously, but I'm not too bothered. It's definitely going to reduce our workload tomorrow. I was saying that to someone today actually, because someone else who works there is in the same sort of situation as I am, just in a different department. She's visual soon, and we came to the conclusion that the earlier we start and the later we finish, the easier our days become. And that was a very sad thought. So I don't know how we fix that, but definitely going to look into it and try and do that. So I've got a lot to do over the next week or so. I've got to prepare for this meeting. I've got to do a whole bunch of other stuff. I've got another meeting on Friday with the head of loss prevention and something else. It's got a couple of tales. Where I've got to talk through our action plan to reduce our theft, which is annoyingly quite my accountability. It's like not entirely my accountability, not even close to entirely my accountability, but it is something that is very much involved my department, my team, and thusly me. And it will be very much on my shoulders to implement and talk through and explain and devise and create plans around it. So that is going to be really fun. But yeah, to summarise, it's been a very long day. It's been a very long week. I've been supervisor for just over 2 months now, and not once have I left work on time, which is a grim thought. But I think I enjoy my job. I think I do.